So welcome to Filmibeat, Vanakkam, and welcome to Delhi. One thing that you love the most about Delhi?
It's my Rajdhani, so I'm proud of it. He gave me a pen and write. And why we did not is not that we had any difference of opinion. We didn't get the opportunity. I have changed. We had to really struggle, and we didn't have the budget to bring many talented technicians for it. Amiji has played Vijay in many films.
Our job is to make a good film, make a commercial film which also is sensible and realistic, and do it as honestly as it comes.
Somebody gives us misinformation that is not doing well. Do we panic? Go back and reshoot the film?
When it comes to success, like earlier it was 100 crore club, then it's a 500, now it's a 1,000 crore club, and so far no Tamil film has reached there. So how do you see these clubs, and like, what's your take on it?
Mine is completely, I'm not a club member.
If you ask me, I'm more a son of Chaplin, great grandson of Chaplin. I can tell you one good thing about it. The rest of the things the audience will have to tell us.
Yeah.
We didn't have an accident at all during action, which is a big thing.
Was there any creative difference at any point of?
He was a big star at that time.
Yeah.
He was already a legend at that time. He had done classics at that time.
Of late, not a full-fledged Hindi film. Anytime soon, are we seeing you doing a Hindi film? In a generation where people don't take failures very easily, how have you managed to sail through all these years, and how do you see failure?
I have a different definition for failures and different definition for success. So
Malayalam cinemas have changed your attitude.
it has changed his attitude.
Yeah.
The real OG thugs, Mr. Mani Ratnam and Mr. Kamal Haasan. Hi, I'm Ashu and you're watching me on Filmibeat. One of the most anticipated films of this year, Thug Life, is releasing in theatres on June 5th. And before the real magic happens on the big screen, please join me in welcoming the stalwarts of Indian film industry, the real OG thugs, Mr. Mani Ratnam and Mr. Kamal Haasan. So welcome to Filmibeat, Vanakkam, and welcome to Delhi.
Thank you.
What's the special connection with Delhi? Any special connection with Delhi you both have? Because the film is also based out of Delhi. You just revealed in the press conference.
Yeah, true. It's always been fascinating. It has such a character. For a film, it has, it's really picturesque. And there is two contrasting things. There's the old Delhi and there's new Delhi. So it kind of represents everything. So it's wonderful to base it here.
What does Delhi mean to you, sir? If you can answer it in Hindi, please, in Delhi style.
It's my Rajdhani, so I'm proud of it. And so much of my history, so many things have happened here. There are so many layers of history and the struggle for independence and our slavery. All that is writ on the streets and the dust of Delhi, and people who lay down their lives. I'm walking on their ashes, and that hits me more when I come here. And every time I come here, I'm proud of this place.
Ever since the movie was announced, one thing that everybody talked about was the long pending reunion between Mani Ratnam sir and Kamal sir. The 38 years of gap that had happened. So were you waiting for this genre to say yes to Mani Ratnam sir?
No.
Why it took you
it is
so
like
long?
college reunions. They go about minding their business. Suddenly they realize you've not met your old friend who could enhance your business. Even why did I think of it, kind of a thing? And they want to do that, but work keeps them away. And then one day all of them plan and come together. And that's what happened in this. It's as simple as that. And why we did not is not that we had any difference of opinion. We didn't get the opportunity. When we began also, we didn't get an opportunity to work with each other. It's very difficult to make it happen.
38 years, that means almost 4 decades. It's a long time. You both must have evolved in your respective department. It's my question to both of you. What's that one thing that hasn't changed a bit about Kamal sir, and what's the one thing that hasn't changed about Mani sir?
I have changed So you must say what has not changed.
As an actor, what do you still feel like he's the same Kamal Haasan?
I think when he comes into a film, he just doesn't come in as an actor alone. He comes in as somebody who, helps you structure the film.
Yeah.
He makes the scenes believable. He interacts with the co-actors, makes the scene absolutely alive. And he works a lot, he does rehearsals. And, all that hasn't changed at all, So every scene you can see an element of Kamal's touch in it, There is small things that he adds, not only for himself, but for the other actor. So everybody else around also starts performing very realistically. And I think that's been absolutely consistent from that time to this time.
And nobody would probably, it's invisible. So, nobody will know how we worked in Nayakan. I was like one of the ADs. We'll have to go there, he'll be shooting something. His friend and my friend also, Mr. Kitty and I will be preparing boxes for the fight scene and we'll be trying it on each other. That will be happening in one side. And he'll say a scene, I want it like that. So including the sledgehammer and the dummy for it, we'll be making it because the industry was not so fully equipped with international quality technicians. We had to really struggle and we didn't have the budget to bring many talented technicians for. Now we have the money, we bring American makeup man. In this film we have a Japanese makeup man taking care of my look. And all that we didn't have at that time. So I was a standby makeup assistant for everybody. So that's how we made the film. And that's how I still like it now because I would always like to be in the set. But they don't want me to sweat like I did before. I don't know why. But I love being there. And it's like that. We are being kind to each other, not making each other run too much. We have other people to do it. Otherwise, nothing has changed. The passion, I see him that he doesn't even relax after lunch. Wash the hand and he'll be walking towards the set, wiping his wet hand. That's how I've seen things happen.
So you took Nayakan's name. So a lot of people are also drawing parallels between the character Nayakan, your role, and in Thug Life. How do you see that?
Except the name, which is a sort of, I think it started with me because my very close friend, he also knows him. He's like a brother to me. And he gave me a pen and write. And that's when I started writing. So I'm very fond of him. So Shaktivel is a name that stayed with me. I've done many Shaktis, then Shaktivel. I've done it in various communities. He also liked it, and it happened that in Nayakan he chose the name Shaktivel. I did it another film called Sati Leelavati, where he belongs to another community with the same name. So it's something like that. Amiji has played Vijay in many films.
Yeah.
It's
so
like that.
That's the only comparison that you see. Yeah. Mani, so this film has, every aspect that makes it a blockbuster film that one predicts. The legendary Kamal sir, the ensemble star cast, the backdrop, and ever since the trailer was out, the buzz is insane. So do you see this as an added pressure when it comes to the box office numbers?
No, I think our job is to make a good film, make a commercial film, which also is sensible and realistic, and do it as honestly as it comes. You can't keep only wondering about box office figures. I think that will come.
Yeah.
You shouldn't worry about it. Try to make it as well as, till the 5th of June. Our emphasis is just to make sure that we give the best product.
Assuming somebody gives us misinformation that is not doing well, do we panic? Go back and reshoot the film? We've done it. We are presenting it. We trust it'll surpass a few critics and reach the audience. We hope. And because we trust in this, it's not bragging. We have to believe in it to sell it so strongly.
Yeah. So this question is for both of you. Do you believe in the number game? Like of late, these clubs have been formed when it comes to success. Like earlier it was 100 crore club, then it's a 500, now it's a 1,000 crore club. And so far no Tamil film has reached there. So how do you see these clubs and like, what's your take on it?
Mine is completely, I'm not a club member.
Okay.
Okay, I think it is good, that good films are being made. And I think in Tamil industry, there are quite a few good films that are being made. It doesn't matter whether it is 1,000 or 500 or 600. That will come. I don't think that matters. What matters is that good films do well. So it is very important to make good films, and then numbers will come. You have to trust that the audience will start, reaching out for it, and it'll come. So we came into the films industry not just to eat a club.
Yeah.
Came in to make films that we believed in, and that's what you're doing.
And so your take on it?
So we admire all the cinema, but we want more demography. If you ask me, I'm more a son of Chaplin, great grandson of Chaplin, than anybody else, because he plays to the gallery without losing the intelligence in the film. He plays like a circus clown, but there's so much intelligence in it, he ceases to be just a buffoon. So I admire that. I admire Hitchcock.
Absolutely. So you've done multiple hats for this particular film. You're also writing, you're producing, you're acting. How did you navigate through these?
It came out of necessity. Practice ad nauseum and improvise when it comes to, that's what they say to commandos. Practice ad nauseum, but that doesn't mean you'll win it. When you go there, see what happens and improvise. Use all your practice for that moment.
And for the first time, you're also writing script with Mani sir in this film?
No, we have written unproduced many stories which will sort of evaporate in my veranda. And then we'll work on it. We must have discussed at least 100 stories over the time.
Okay. There are some like high octane action sequences in the film, so did you, what's special training? Or...
I can tell you one good thing about it. The rest of the things the audience will have to tell us.
Yeah.
We didn't have an accident at all during action, which is a big thing to say, which means we had experts working in a film where such brutal action is taking place and nobody gets hurt. That's an achievement first. We've crossed that. Nobody was hurt. And it's not just about stars. We've seen many stuntmen die in films. So in this film, the first victory for me is nobody was hurt badly in the set. Of course, you'll get bruised. That's part of the job.
That's the part.
But they won't even let you know that they're bruised. I won't. If it is healing, it's a healing wound, why complain about it? You don't have to run to the hospital. Is that kind. But what I can say through my experience, very few people can do such stuff without hurting any person, human being at all. That's victory for me, if you ask me. Now the rest will have to be from the audience. It has good action scenes, and he saw to it that the regular beats don't come in. Yes, the hero should look good, come out the winner, but he shouldn't suddenly fly, defy gravity. It should be skill, and that's what he kept insisting. Whenever it went off, he'll say, "No, not beyond that. Don't go there." It's let the characters do it. And if the character is fighting with certain skills, he explained where we got it. You don't ask, well, how come the gangster shoots running, and he's practiced for it. So it's all explained. Likewise, even the violence is, there's no question in the audience's mind. As he said, he's an audience. So first he asks all the questions that the audience would ask. So it's good to have a non-spoiler audience right in the middle as a director. He doesn't get too caught up with the direction thing. He goes back to the audience thing. That is why I think the more assistance he has, the more peace he has. And he can look at things and see, trim, cut, and do all that. Before we were running around to get the same thing. Now we can calmly look at it. Thanks to the audience support and the residual money that comes out of it because of that appreciation.
Yeah.
And we are able to do better films with better confidence, not panicking all the time.
Mani sir, when you work with a legend like Kamal sir, there's an added pressure, and he himself is a director. This time you are directing him. Were there any creative difference at any point of time while you guys were doing this film?
When I did my film with Kamal sir right in the beginning, Nayakan, he was a big star at that time.
Yeah.
He was already a legend at that time. He had done classics at that time. So, and I was practically a beginner. And I still didn't feel the pressure. I just didn't, because we had a story and we went about it, and he gave us all the freedom and encouraged us to take a step even further. So, there's not been a pressure on any point, So you just try to make it as well as you can. And he enhances that when he's shooting as an actor, as a, as a co-filmmaker. Like he said, he would do every other thing to make sure that the scene is right.
Yeah.
I remember that, we needed a gun in close-up during Nayakan. We couldn't get a realistic looking guns, all were dummies. But he went in and got his, for the shot. So, he does everything for the film. So it's not a pressure.
Okay, so this question is for Mani sir. From your Hindi fan, you have done films like Dil Se and Guru, but off late, not a full-fledged Hindi film. Anytime soon, are we seeing you doing a Hindi film?
Hopefully.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Kamal sir, at last, firstly, thank you for entertaining us from the last 6 decades. I always, I always used to think whenever I'll get a chance to interview, I'll ask this question. In 6 decades, you must have seen your highest highs and some lows as well. In a generation where people don't take failures very easily, how have you managed to sail through all these years, and how do you see failure?
I have a different definition for failures and different definition for success. So my reactions are very funny for other people to watch. For me, a very successful film is not satisfying because it's not a film buff's film. And for me, even a failed film is not a total trash because I'm a film buff. And it's a good film that failed. And I always remember Raj Kapoor Sahib saying, there is no art film, there is no commercial film. Cinema is an art. Some people do it differently, only for money. Some people combine both. Some people do it because they don't care about money, they don't care about the market. They want their aesthetics to come. Ray Saab is one such. And I recently heard an interview where he's talking about one of the film. Why did you make the other film? Commercially, it was not successful. I said, what? I thought he's an angel with wings. So then I thought, yeah, gravity is superior to human being.
Yeah. At last, so I saw one of your interviews where you were saying that Malayalam cinemas have changed your attitude.
It has changed his attitude.
Yeah.
He second film.
Yeah,
second film was in Malayalam. It's a different environment, a lot of intelligent people and people with passion for cinema. And there are many commercial films also that they make, but the main percentage, at least aspirations, are to make better cinema. That's why I like the crowd. And more young people come in with confidence.
There's nothing that you haven't done in all these years. Last year, we saw you as Supreme Yeskin that left everybody flabbergasted. I mean, there's one film that I'm patiently waiting for, I'm eagerly waiting for. The second part is Kalki. The way you transformed the, prosthetics and everything. And here you have transformed into a total gangster. So out of which one was more difficult, or if you have to pick one?
Yeah, I mean, difficult in the sense you can't take physical endeavor as difficult.
Yeah.
Because when you don't like something and you're doing something, that's the most difficult part. If you like the unit, you like the director, nothing will become difficult.
Thank you, sir. Like I said in the beginning, this movie has every aspect to make it a blockbuster. The film is releasing on 5th of June. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.